thing's on, I think. All right. Seems like I've moved this stuff back and forth 6 times the last few days here. But that's okay. We'll get stuff cleaned up. Sorry if I keep hitting my mic. Nobody's on there right now anyway. Oh, let's see if this thing won't pick me up. There we go. Let's see if it'll follow me. Nope, it's not going to. There we go. Get a hold of me. There we go. Now it's going to follow me, maybe. Nope, lost me. Doesn't know what to do. Gonna spin you guys around in circles. Alright, I gotta put some of this over out of the way. Oh man, this should be a next project too. I've got the it's an old chicken coop and I really need to get it cleaned out so we can use some space in there too. But that's not gonna be a very fun job, that's for sure. Okay, need to remember where these are. I actually want to get this chicken coop cleaned back up. Well, you guys are spun around here now, but I want to get the chicken coop cleaned up to the point where I can actually take, and if I decided to do chickens, sorry, you're spinning around on you. If I decided to actually do some chickens, then I could take and be all ready to go and just throw them in there. Yeah, there's this barn door right here is an old chicken coop that I had set up. But this afternoon, I should say, I'm gonna get this cleaned up a little bit more. This is a old lean-to, and I was live on here the other day working on it. It's been a mess. I've got thoughts of someday turning this into a greenhouse, but that's down the road. For now, we just got to get it cleaned up to the point. I've got like different projects in line that they all kind of have to do with one another. So I've got a big tractor that I need to get up and running so I can haul trees out of the woods, so I can bring the trees over. I've got a sawmill that I need to get up and running that hasn't been run for a while, so I can saw lumber out. So then after I saw the lumber out, I can start working on the greenhouse. So it's all gotta kind of go into line. Some of it requires money, which I do not have a whole lot right now. So we're gonna clean. We're gonna do what we can today. Just because we don't have resources at the moment doesn't mean we can't do something. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna start getting this moved. Whoa. The old this old rototiller's got a flat tire. It doesn't like to roll. Come on. careful with that hump. Come on. There we go. Just had to get a little steam going, that's all. Hello to whoever said hello. Got a trash pile. Our local dump doesn't open on, they're not open every day. So Saturday, we're gonna take into a dump run, get rid of this stuff over here. I cleaned out a lot of the gardening stuff. One of the things I wanna do is, our barn isn't occupied with animals right now. So one of the things I'm gonna do is split up different stalls and use the stalls as like resources departments, I guess, if you want to call it. So like fence posts, fencing, all that type of stuff I want to get into one stall. Riggsy's out here. Hey Riggs. Say hey Riggsy. Want to get all those into stalls, chicken fencing, all that type of stuff into one spot. All my maple serping stuff is out right now. So barrels, taps, spiles, whatever you want to call them, line, all that stuff, get all that stuff, get things organized. Like I said, I don't have a lot of money at this moment, but the things that I do have, I need to take care of better than I have been. It's been a little bit of a mess. Or I have been a little bit of a mess, but I'm going to fix that this year. We're going to get things running. These here I had for a little low tunnel greenhouse. Again, another thing that needs to go in as resources that shouldn't be sitting out here in a messy lean-to. At least it was undercover, but still. Our seeds came in today. So I'm new. I'm a homesteader. Where are you? I'm in Maine, central Maine. Kind of getting, I don't know. I guess I've been technically a homesteader my whole life, the way my family lives. But the past couple of years here, I've kind of wanted to try to do a little bit more and more, be a little bit more and more self-sufficient for myself. Yeah, so, but it's cold today. I don't know if you guys can see it. I guess it's not really doing it right now. A few minutes ago, it was spitting snow. So, but here we go. So, my greenhouse idea. I'll show you guys. I showed everyone the other day. Greenhouse door. Oops, you guys can't see it. Hang on. Let me show you. Just cool arches. The arches. Look out. Greenhouse with that. Yeah, I actually made those arches. So there's the door. Hang on, I'll show you. The arches. Hang on here, I'll show you. So a couple of years ago, we didn't use these last year, but I think I'm actually going to this year. So the arch, I just have it so it will cover 2 rows. I used it for like lettuce, and I can't remember what was on the other side. It might have been kale. But I had made it so it was a couple of rows wide, and my plastic could go over the top. Of course, being in Maine, I mean, it's March, and we just got rain the other day, and it's taken a lot of the snow. But you can see we got snow. So, yeah. So let me see. You made those. Excellent job. I did, and I can show you how I made them because I actually have my board made up right here. So the pipes are made out of 1/2 inch electrical conduit. this is kind of had it, but you'll get the idea. All right. So this was just an old piece of plywood I had laying around. Like I said, these are 1/2-inch conduit. You can get 10-foot lengths of 1/2-inch conduit at Home Depot. My dad has a hardware store here in town, so I got it from him. But you can kind of see, I measured out the width of my rows, did all the math that way. But all I did was cut some blocks out, made a mock-up arch. Let me get your back so you can see it a little better. And you can see there's a double block on this side, so when it starts out straight, you kind of wedge it down in there. And then if this was a straight piece, obviously, you bend it down, and you can bend it right down over it. You can make some garden arches. So, kind of a quick and easy way to do it. And a heck of a lot less money than going out and buying a greenhouse or something. Not that that's a greenhouse, but it allowed me to start planting a little earlier, that's for sure. So like I said, I think I'm going to try to get some of those back in the ground this year, because it's been cold, and I'd like to get some stuff in the ground. We just got our seed order. That's sitting inside on the sideboard. It's got most of what we're going to grow, but not all of it. We still got a little bit that I need to collect. So that'll be good to get those. We're going to start our seed inside the house, and get some seedlings starting. That way, when we can get outside, hopefully I'll be able to get these arches up a little bit sooner. But I got to get you can't even tell where my garden was last year. It's over here somewhere under the snow. So all right. So while I'm working here, I'll show you my idea for my greenhouse. Like I said, I gotta pull you back so you can see. There we go. My wife found this old door, and I guess it probably wouldn't be my #1 door for a greenhouse, but she wanted it, so we went with it. So this would be door for the front, and then we have gone out and found a few of these windows. So I'd probably build like a little knee wall to get these, up a little higher, like that, probably, maybe more. But I have 5 of these windows, so that should get us most of the way across here. And then I've got a guy downtown that he tears down old buildings and stuff, and he has more windows similar to that. But I figured I could take and do windows up top here, and, a little different, just kind of make it look kind of neat. What am I planting this year? Acres. Sorry, I can't see what I'm reading here. What are we planting this year? So, if you know anything about Maine, probably the #1 crop that's planted in Maine, besides marijuana now, is probably potatoes. We grow a ton of potatoes. So we'll be growing some potatoes here. You can buy potatoes from a potato farmer around here pretty cheap. But this is more me wanting to be more self-sufficient. So I think I'm going to grow a few for myself anyway. So we're going to have potatoes, corn. My wife likes pumpkins, so we're going to do a pumpkin patch. That's more for decorating in the wintertime. Lettuces, kales, uh, regular tomatoes. I can't remember the name of them. The cherry tomatoes. What else have we got in there? Some peppers, greens, jalapenos. I've never really had, I don't have a whole lot of luck with peppers around here for some reason. You got to start them really, really early, which they should be like sprouted by now, and we're not. But yeah, so a bunch of that stuff. Got other plans for around here too. What was it? Need this. Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, that's why my wife has the door. It's not in very good shape, but we'll make it in good shape. We can rebuild. It, it's not that bad. We'll get it done. But I am going to take care of it before it tips over, blows over, and shatters the window. So what else have we got going on the homestead this spring? Like I said, I'm trying to get stuff cleaned up just to make it look a little better around here, because the past few years I haven't done a good job of taking care of things. But if I can grab you guys here, I might be able to show you a couple more things, as long as I don't run out of Wi-Fi range. Yeah, they're hard to see. Let me flip you around, show you what we have. So down here behind this swing, right here, we've got different types of blueberries. Behind those, we've got raspberries. And then even further back, we've got blackberries. So we have high bush blueberries. Can't remember the other name of the blueberries. Raspberries, blackberries. I've got this apple tree over here that I'd like to get pruned up sometime, because it's to the point where it could almost produce good apples, but it's just not quite there yet. I need to get somebody that knows, an arborist who knows what they're doing, to come up and actually trim it up good. But I could produce a few apples off that if I needed to and wanted to. Thinking about getting a few more apple trees at some point also. But yeah, we've got the, I don't know how well you can see it over here, but behind this apple tree right here, there's a maple tree right there. We've got maple syrup running. Got a few more buckets over here. You can see those a little bit better. So we've got sap running. We're going to be boiling this weekend. I think I've got a video coming out of us collecting the sap this past week, and I'll have another one up of us doing a little bit of boiling this coming week. So that'll be kind of neat. Oh, I can't balance it here again. But yeah, all right. So enough talking. I actually gotta get a little bit of work done here today. I gotta get some of this old stuff out of here. Oh, I didn't even think about it being froze, honestly. It is froze. Not too bad, but it's froze. So one of the reasons why I need the sawmill up and running, grab you guys back so you can see back here again. One of the reasons why I need the sawmill up and running is this thing is in kind of rough shape, but you can see, well, back over here, You can see back here, the boards are all rotted off from the bottom. So I'm gonna have to replace some of these boards here. And then I'm not planning on insulating the greenhouse, but I do want to make it so the wind doesn't just blow through it, because it is the whole point of a greenhouse is so it's warmer. So I do need to the slats need to be sealed up, as you can see right through those. So I'll have to get some of those taken care of. And then, of course, the whole front is going to need to be framed in for all of my windows, doors, stuff like that. You can see in the center here, there actually used to be a beam that came down from here, and it's gone. We get a lot of snow on top of it, and I've looked out a few times, and this is drooping down, and it's not good. So, but when I build my wall, I think I might be able to hopefully lay the windows out so I can put another beam upright in there. It'll hopefully be a little better. So that'll be good. But it is work that I'm not doing again. I'm talking. Well, there. Okay. So what's everybody up to this weekend? Got any plans? Riggs likes to come in here and look for squirrels. There's a overabundance of red squirrels here this year. And he's been battling them, but I'll be honest, he's not very good at battling them. Very great thinking. So jealous for maple pancakes for us all. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. We don't do a whole lot of sapping. I think I have 30 or so taps out, and we have about 40 gallons now. When I go collect tomorrow, we'll probably have 60 gallons, maybe a little more. But I'm going to start bringing it up. My dad has an evaporator all set up and ready to go. So we're going to start bringing that up, and we're going to start boiling it down. Of course, we have 60 gallons of sap. Just from people around that have been boiling, they're saying the sugar content isn't quite as high this year. So it's about 30 to 1. So that means if we have 30 gallons of sap, 1 gallon of syrup. So it's a little off this year, but I guess if we have 60 to 80 gallons of sap, then we'll get a couple of gallons at least. Still running. It's still cold. Sapping, you look for the nights that freeze and then the days that warm up. That's when the trees really start running. This is where I wish I had a tractor up and running, because I could come in here with a bucket and just scoop this stuff out. But again, finances right now don't permit me to do that. We got to get a couple of batteries for the thing. And if you've ever priced tractor batteries, whew, they are pricey. But we'll get it in a little bit here, and then we'll be able to do lots of stuff. I need the tractor, like I was explaining, for all the logging and stuff that I need to do for this, but also we've got an 8-foot rototiller that goes on the back of it to rototill my garden. So we're going to We're going to need it for that too. Okay. Boys used my wheelbarrow and said that the tire was flat. Man, what is it with flat tires around here? Flat tire on that thing, flat tire on the wheelbarrow. Maybe I need a tire sponsor. Maybe a battery sponsor. Oops. Well, this is all old horse manure, cow manure. So this stuff is going to go right straight into the compost pile. That'll be good for the compost. We don't have any more animals around here anymore. My wife had a horse for, oops, what was that? Nozzle for hose. My wife had a horse for a couple of years, or a year or so. And when my parents used to live beside me, they had a couple cows, a couple horses. But where I am right now, I'm not in the cow horse business. The only thing that I would might consider is some chickens, but jumpstart the tractor. Yeah, I could. It'd be kind of hard. It's a big 90 horse tractor. It's not a small tractor. My truck might be able to do it, but we'll get it jumped. I need the tractor for tomorrow. So I gotta plug one of the big things around here is cold weather. Engines don't like to turn. So the batteries that are in it, they'll turn it over, but the engine and everything has to be super warm and warmed up. So I got to go out ahead of time, plug the block heater in, get it warmed up a little extra, so I can take and run the thing. I had it going 2 weeks ago, and then it cooled back down, and I haven't been able to get it warmed up enough to actually do it. I hope you guys over here for a minute so you can see me. Gonna run over and dump some of this into the compost. All right. There we go. We get compost. Hey, Riggs. What you doing? Come here. Come here. What you doing? Hey, Billy Boy, did you find any squirrels? Where are they? If I could have gone live earlier, you guys would have seen some pretty funny stuff with the dog. What do we got here? Northern Ontario, I understand. Yeah, it's a, you know then, nothing works in the cold and it always breaks. That's what people down in the southern states, you know, yeah, it's hot. Yeah, hot stinks. I've been in hot weather before. I go down to Florida some. I've been in hot weather. But cold just breaks. Like, stuff shatters. If it's plastic, it's gonna break. If it's metal, it's gonna break. I don't know. Just, it doesn't want to run. It doesn't want to start. But hey, it's part of living in God's country, I guess. Just what it is what it is. I choose to live here, so. Sometimes I question why. I am sure that there are much better states to homestead in. Kind of in between here in Florida. Someplace that doesn't, maybe the Carolinas or something. But I grew up around here. I know Maine. I know the area. So that's where I am right now. Oh, these little bits of plastic and stuff. Gotta go. There. I partly used this as a woodshed last summer. So there's a bunch of scrap wood and everything in here too. But my wife had, when I started talking to her about maybe possibly turning this into a greenhouse, she was saying, oh, it'd be nice to do a brick floor. Yeah, it would be nice to do a brick floor. I did some calculations this morning to see how many bricks I'd need. It's 17 by 15. I'd need about 1,500 bricks to do that floor. And then I'd need you can't just put bricks down. You gotta put a base layer and drainage, all that, because it's a greenhouse. It's just a lot of work. So I'm not 100% sure if I actually turn this into a greenhouse, what I'm gonna do for a floor. Anybody have any ideas? I don't know if you know what crusher dust is. I've thought about crusher dust. If I did that, then later on, could maybe do brick over the crusher dust. Oops. Plastic pieces again. My youngest son told me to tile it. Yeah, tile, sure. Let's do it. That'd be rather costly. Okay. A rake. Rake's over here. Well, a little bit every day. And I'm getting stuff done. Like I said a little while ago, I'm ready to start gardening. Get stuff planted. I'm ready to see green on the trees. Yeah. Not yet. It is 4:39. 4:39. Kids are asking if they can go and watch TV. No TV yet. I like my kids to play outside. I grew up in this, my parents' house is literally right over here. So I grew up playing in these woods and things. Kids need to be outside. It's starting to snow again. Oh well. It's not supposed to add up to anything today. They said at most an inch. But that was from the start of the day. And it's mid-afternoon. Except four something. But it is starting to get dark. Oh. It was nice having the time change last week. Get us a little bit of light back in the afternoon. Because that's one thing. Oh, look at that. Hang on just a second. I just found something pretty sweet. I have no idea what kind it is, but look at that. Big old moth. I don't know anything about moths, but it was just laying on the ground there. It's pretty cool. Oops, its wings are kind of... Oh, uh-oh. Its wings don't want to open. Oh, there. No idea what kind it was. It's pretty though. Huh, pretty cool. No idea, no idea what it is exactly, but I mean, I know it's a moth, but my grandmother could probably tell us. She's not here. But she's pretty handy with all that stuff. There we go. Well, I'll set it over here on this brick. The boys will like taking a look at that later, seeing what's up with it. Okay, let's keep chugging along. So, what have we got going on, guys? Anybody doing much this weekend? Any plans? I don't have too much going on. Like I said, dump run here. That'll happen at some point. And then after that, all the maple syrup, all the sap's gonna head up to my dad's. And we're gonna spend Saturday boiling. If you've ever done sapping, boiled down sap, it's not much you can do. You kind of just hang around, watch the sap boil. But it's cool. It's one of those things that kind of forces you to sit down and relax for a few minutes. You can't really leave it because you can ruin it, boil it down too far and burn your pans, and plus you have to, I mean, it's just a constant shoveling of firewood into the evaporator to get it to stay boiling, stay hot. So there's, you can't leave it. So it's one of those things where you can grab a chair, you're warm because of the fire. It always smells amazing. If you've never smelled sap being boiled down, I'm sorry. They need to make a candle that smells like that. I'm sure they do. But it's still not going to be the same. It smells so good. One of my favorite things as a kid. As a kid. One of my favorite things now. Why not? I walked over and never actually paid attention to the chat. See. We ended up getting a couple inches of rain last week. So the snow that I showed you guys, which I'm sure there's new people in here, I'll show you again. We've got a little bit of snow left. See? But the only reason why we have this little of snow is because last week we ended up getting a couple inches of rain and it poured. And this stuff really isn't even snow anymore. It's ice. There's a little bit of, I don't know that you can call that snow. It's rot, snow rot. It's more like ice crystals. So that's what we got left. Ice to walk around on. I'm ready to rototill. But it'll still be a while for that. It gets so cold here. I'm not going to say that this is the case this year, because we ended up getting snow on the ground before it got real cold. So the snow insulates the ground, but years past, when like we dig water lines, I've got a water line that comes over to my garden over here. When we dig water lines from our wells to the house and stuff like that, you've actually got to put those water lines 8 to 10 feet in the ground, because the frost gets drove down in, 6, 8 feet. And if you don't know what frost is when the ground freezes. I mean, any of the moisture that's in the ground gets froze right up. And so it'll be a while before the frost comes out of the ground to be able to rototill. So again, I'm doing what I can do, just getting what I can get done for now. This was a project that needed to get done. It didn't require any money. So we're out here shoveling for the moment. I do have some other projects that I can get done at some point. Again, would be useful with the tractor, but I can start on them at least. I've got a bunch of dead trees and things down here that I got to get cleaned up. But I'm going to be cutting them up and cutting them up for firewood. So I can cut it up this spring, get it stacked, and then this fall, when I have the tractor up and running good, I can take and actually bring it over and stack it in the house. Get the wood stove up and running. So there we go. Well, there, it's looking better. I really hate to get rid of this, but I think this is going to go to the dump too. I was showing you guys on the live earlier. I used this board with this arch on it. It's kind of a template to build these pipes for a hoop house that I put over my garden. So that's what I used that for. But it's been sitting out here. The board is kind of soft and mushy now. No. It's been 10 minutes since you asked. Kids are all trying to get me to let them watch movies again. It's been 10 minutes, guys. But yeah, so I hate to get rid of it, but it's in the way. I need to get it cleaned up. So I think that's probably gonna head to the dump or make its way into the burn pile if I get the screws pulled out of it. Yeah, see, this is kind of rotten over here a little bit too. So this is part of what I'm going to have to replace once I get the sawmill up and running. You can see some of the boards are rotted off on the bottom. So that's going to have to be replaced also. But that's okay. With that sawmill, couple of trees, and I'll be able to cut all of that out. No problem. Get all my framing for my windows and things like that. I got to box in my eaves just so wind and stuff's not blowing through. Got fuzz floating around. Yeah, and then I don't know, maybe someday down the road, get it insulated, put a little wood stove in it so we can keep it warm. Just kind of tentative plans for the future. Just kind of neat stuff to do. But I'm to the point, I guess, I got to get some stuff cleaned up here. And it's almost dinner time. So if you guys like watching randomness just around the homestead, I also work in an RV dealership, kind of stream down there when I'm doing random stuff on the RVs, just for the fun of it, hang out with you guys. So if you like that stuff, hit the subscribe button. I'm sure I'll be back on again tomorrow. Probably finish up the other side here, get some of those windows and stuff taken care of so they don't break on me. I'm gonna get broke out here with kids running around. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.